7.
Since the start of Motor Week in 1981, Craig Singhaus has driven the high road searching for the essence of the American love affair with cars. Now, after 24 years, Craig is retiring from those travels, at least temporarily. From his first high road trip aboard the Goodyear Wingfoot Express to the last, Craig never lost his enthusiasm for any and all things motorized and the people who love them.
Now, normally I love to climb into a fast Mustang, but...
Craig, this is Joel. He's just going to show you how to vacuum the inside of a car.
Okay. Come on, Craig.
This is about the hardest damn thing I've ever done in a car.
This week is no different, except that the vehicle has 2 wheels instead of 4, and it's as modern as tomorrow.
In the search for alternative fuel-efficient transportation, the motorcycle has always been a logical, if somewhat limited choice. The excellent fuel economy and performance is offset by the lack of all-season protection for all but the most hardy cycling enthusiast. I mean, let's face it, in rain and cold, motorcycles can be downright miserable. Enter the Ecomobile, an enclosed, high-performance motorcycle that may well be the answer to broadening the motorcycle's all-season capability. Technically called a cabin cycle, Ecomobile is the brainchild of Swiss aviation designer Arnold Wagner. Wagner had previously designed a very successful stunt aerobatic aircraft and applied the same principles and materials to creating Ecomobile. 2 of the first customers in the U.S. are Tom Moen and Dan Whitfield. These 2 enthusiasts have become the personification of the all-season motorcyclist.
The Ecomobile, or Ecology-mobile, is a cabin cycle, which means it has an all-season, all-weather capability. You're protected against the elements. It allows you to drive, whether it's hot or cold or dry or wet. It doesn't really matter. Your environment is entirely contained and controlled.
Unlike a traditional motorcycle, when it comes to personal comfort, the Ecomobile provides year-round capability.
The Ecomobile is licensed as a motorcycle. It's a vehicle that goes on 2 wheels. And because you're surrounded and protected by the vehicle itself, a helmet is not required. It is necessary to wear your seatbelt. The cabin itself entirely encloses and protects you. It's made out of very hard material, Kevlar. It's reinforced with aircraft quality steel, roll bar and transverse reinforcement as well.
Now, before you get the idea that this is some sort of nerdy safety mobile, keep in mind that the heart of Ecomobile is high-performance motorcycle componentry. Power comes from a BMW K1200 RS engine that produces 130 horsepower, mated to a 4-speed manual motorcycle transmission that includes reverse. Combine that with aerodynamics that approximate that of a high-performance aircraft, and you had the ingredients for serious performance. In fact, in Europe, where the speed limit is more generous, Ecomobiles have been cruising the Autobahn at over 160 miles per hour. Factor in an estimated fuel economy of over 60 miles per gallon at more moderate speeds, and you can see the appeal of this wheeled aircraft.
This is a high-end vehicle in that all the features are customized and tailored to the individual owner. This includes the carpet and leather and upholstery and the different options. You have air conditioning for obvious summer usage, heating in the winter, CD player, GPS, cruise control.
One of the most notable aspects of Ecomobile is the outrigger wheels. Their deployment and retraction further enhances the aviation connection. They're controlled by the driver, but will not retract at any speed below 4 miles per hour, nor will they deploy at any speed over 15. As the outrigger wheels act much like the traditional motorcyclist's feet, this prevents the bike from falling over at low speed or being unable to bank at high speed. And when they retract, Ecomobile looks cleared for takeoff. That is, of course, if the crowds don't block the roadway. If you're the shy type who doesn't want to attract a crowd, then Ecomobile is not for you. Wherever we went, people wanted to know what it was and where they could get one. And it's fortunate that they talked to Tom and Dan, because they are so impressed with Ecomobile that they've become representatives for the factory here in the United States. Still, it's the driving experience that beckons these 2 enthusiasts to the open road.
The feeling when you drive an Ecomobile is one that you actually have to experience, but it's sort of like flying a private aircraft at a constant altitude of 2 feet above the asphalt. You bank in curves, so there's no lateral acceleration. It's very smooth. It's very quiet, which I like. You don't really hear the engine. I usually have the CD player playing. And it's just an extremely enjoyable experience.